Okay, today we're diving into one of the most powerful and honestly one of the most misunderstood cards in the entire tarot deck, Judgment. Now, when you hear that word, you probably think of, some kind of final verdict or condemnation, but I want you to forget all of that. This card is really about something else entirely. It's about a single, life-altering wake-up call. Let's dig in and find out what that really means.
I mean, isn't that the truth? We've all been there. That heavy, heavy weight of having to own every single choice, every mistake, every little thing. It's this constant, tiring process of looking at yourself in the mirror. It can be absolutely exhausting.
But what if? What if all that heaviness, all that exhaustion could just fall away, replaced by one single moment of undeniable, crystal clarity? Well, that's the true heart of the Judgment card. It's not meant to be a burden. It's the sound of the trumpet blast that finally wakes you up. So how exactly does the card get this message across? Well, it all starts with its incredibly powerful and, frankly, iconic imagery. Let's break it down piece by piece. You know, every single symbol on this card tells a much deeper story. That angel up there, that's not some external judge looking down on you. Nope. It actually represents your own higher self, your superconscious mind that's sounding the call. And the trumpet, that's the voice of your own inner truth. And it's so powerful, it can shatter all the illusions your ego has built up. And those figures rising up from the graves, well, that's us. That's you and me, breaking free from the mental prisons, those self-limiting beliefs we've been stuck in, finally ready to stand in our naked, shameless truth. Once you really understand what these symbols mean, you see the fundamental choice this card is presenting. When that trumpet sounds, you really only have two options. You can answer the call, or you can try your best to ignore it. Let's take a look at what each of those paths really means. And these two paths are pretty clearly represented by the card's upright and reversed positions. When it's upright, you're hearing that call and you're answering it. You're stepping into rebirth, you're taking accountability, you're finding forgiveness. But when it's reversed, you're in denial. You're hitting the snooze button on that cosmic alarm clock, and you're staying stuck in self-doubt, avoidance, and just stagnation. It's really the difference between waking up and choosing to stay asleep. All right, now let's go another layer deeper, shall we? Because beyond just the surface imagery, there is a really powerful, kind of mystical engine that's driving all of this card's transformative energy. These mystical connections are what give the card its incredible depth. You've got the Hebrew letter Shin, which is all about transformation, the element of fire, which brings purification, and the planet Pluto, which governs that deep, can't-avoid-it kind of change. Even its place on the Kabbalistic tree of life is significant. It's the path that connects our everyday material world to the higher intellect. All of these things together, they're not just random associations. They literally describe the nature of this profound awakening. Let's start with the Hebrew letter Shin. Its name literally means tooth. Now, think about what teeth do, right? They grind things down. They break them apart so they can be digested and used for fuel. Well, that is the exact energy of the Judgment card. It's about breaking apart those old, hard, rigid beliefs so that your soul can actually be renewed. It's a really active, transformative fire. And astrologically, this energy connects directly to Pluto, the planet of the underworld, of death and rebirth, of profound metamorphosis. We're not talking about a gentle change that you're in control of. Oh, no. This is an immense psychic shift. It forces you to confront your own shadows, to shed an old identity so you can make way for the new you. So, okay, let's bring all this down from the kind of lofty, esoteric heights and get practical. How does this powerful call to awaken actually show up in your day-to-day life? Well, first off, the card demands some radical honesty. It starts by asking you to take a hard look at those mental graves we talked about earlier. Seriously, what are the self-limiting beliefs that you have basically buried yourself in? What old patterns are holding you back and preventing new life from sprouting? This awakening also requires some real accountability, because once you've looked inward, you gotta look backward too. And making amends, it's not about punishment. It's about clearing the slate. It's about cleaning up your side of the street so you can move forward with integrity, with a clear conscience.
And then finally, hearing that trumpet's call is really about discovering your own. After you've cleared out the old junk and taken responsibility for the past, you create this beautiful open space to ask the most important question of all. And this is the ultimate goal of the awakening, to align what you do every day with your deepest purpose and to finally live a life that truly, authentically resonates with who you are. So after all of this, the symbols, the choices, the deep inner work, what is the final verdict that the judgment card actually delivers? What's the bottom line? Okay, here's the absolute truth of this card. The judgment isn't coming from outside of you. It is not a critique of your past. The one and only verdict here is a profound, deep recognition of your own worthiness. It's the universe basically saying, yes, you deserve a second chance. You deserve renewal. You deserve a joyful, healthy, and fulfilling life. This is not a test that you can pass or fail. It is an invitation. It's an invitation to stop all the self-criticism, to forgive yourself, and to finally, once and for all, declare that you are worthy of the new life that is waiting for you. Because, as this card so beautifully reminds us, the power to rise up out of that grave, it's been in your hands the entire time. The trumpet has sounded. The path to awakening is right there in front of you. So the only question left is the one the card is asking you right now. Now that you're awake, what are you going to do with this brand new day? Who will you choose to become?